So you're an eBay seller and your package is lost. What do? I've got the answer for you. This week on One Man's Trash, we're talking about eBay resellers and lost packages. If you're just joining, every week I document my reselling journey as I buy abandoned storage lockers and then flip the items inside for a profit. So if you're an online seller, odds are you probably use eBay. If you're an online seller of any sort, you have some understanding of shipping and the shipping problems that may come with that. Specifically on eBay, today we're going to keep this super short, talking about what do you do if your package is lost. Easy answer, refund it. That's the plain and short. Obviously there's a lot more nuance, but 9 times out of 10, if you're a reseller, that's going to be the answer. As painful as it is, that is the cost of doing business, and that's the reality. So let's talk about it for a quick second here and some of the nuance that comes with that. Odds are you're only, unless you're trekking every single package that goes out, props to you for keeping tabs on everything from your door to your customer's door. That's fantastic. Maybe you just check to make sure things got delivered. That's a good business practice as well. But odds are you only learned because your customer messaged you and said, hey, it's been a week, it's been 2 weeks, where's my package at? So if you're just finding out from them messaging you, you're going to have a good idea of what their tone is, what their expectations are. And again, if you've been selling on eBay, a lot of these messages aren't going to be too friendly. You can be surprised sometimes. People are very understanding, especially if they're a seller as well and understand the postal system. So first, feel that out. Obviously, that's not going to really change my recommendation of how you handle it. If you're a reseller, you're selling volume of any degree, even if you're just selling a few items a week, if you're selling a few dozen items a week, your reputation and your brand on eBay should matter to you. If it doesn't, feel free to take the alternate approach. But if it does matter to you, it's going to be better to take the L, walk away, lose the money, move on, focus your energy and efforts on something else. If you really get upset about it, and I hope you can over time figure out how to separate the emotions from the business, recognize that your course of action is customer service and waiting, or customer service and a case. If it goes to a case, whether it's the customer hasn't received it, they open a case, you have a timeline to respond within eBay. eBay steps in and is going to make a judgment on the case. If the package has not been delivered, you lose no matter what, and now you're going to have probably a mark on the record for even letting it get to that. Beyond that, you can mitigate that just by good business practice, refund it, take the loss, recognize that if it hasn't been delivered by its promised time or it's significantly delayed, that's just the risk you take with shipping. And I'm assuming you're shipping USPS, as most people do. If for whatever reason you're receiving that message prematurely, that's a different case. So maybe they're a little antsy. It hasn't quite met its shipping deadline yet, its delivery date. Then yes, you're going to implement some customer service. Hey, here's the tracking information. Reiterate it, obviously professionally. Don't be a smartass about it. Professionally reiterate. Hey, the tracking shows it should be there on Thursday or Tuesday, and then follow up with them on that date. And if it still isn't, then have a game plan ready. But most of the time, these messages are coming a week past the delivery, especially right now with the way the postal service is. Your random first class package is going to disappear. I just had one hit every single coast. It went north, south, east, west, and still didn't get delivered. It got lost somewhere in Chicago, and I think the final destination was Austin. So recognize you're not going to win them all. When it comes to taking it to that case, that's one hit. But also, even if it doesn't go to the case, just pushing and waiting further, you're risking negative feedback. By closing it out, refunding that order, you're mitigating that risk of negative feedback of a case, of any of this kind of stuff, and just cutting the ties. Less stress for you. Yes, it's painful. Yes, it's a gut check, but recognize that's a piece. If it was that valuable, if it was that much of a significant piece of your business, I hope you valued that and factored that in when you shipped it. Ship it with insurance if that's the case. Everything that goes out my door, as painful as it is, I recognize I'm paying for this, refunding that entire cost. I have to be okay with losing this entire cost, both the shipping and the actual item value itself, if you're charging shipping for your customer. It's the cost of doing business. If your refunds are obviously exceeding your profits, there's plenty to look at. That's problematic. Now you're not sustainable whatsoever. But if you're in this game and you understand even the basics of it, that's not going to be the case. As bad as the Postal Service is right now, it is not that bad. Obviously, with other websites, it's a whole different thing. I talked a little bit about my experience with Amazon Fulfill by Merchant. That was a mind-blowing experience for me on the other side of things, where it actually saved me a lot of money of not having to refund. So go ahead and take a look at that one. Buying a couple storage lockers tomorrow, knock on wood. So next week I should have some good footage of digging through some stuff and some more inventory to go through. Each week I'm going to try and bring some good stuff and talk about some relevant, up-to-date reseller problems, reseller issues, and some hot topics. So stick around for more and take it easy.